Did you know that an entire colony vanished almost 500 years ago, leaving behind nothing but a single mysterious word? What do you think happened to these brave settlers? Was it a natural disaster, a secret relocation, or something far more sinister? Who first discovered they were missing, and what set off this chilling mystery? Find out by watching to the very end. Welcome to a journey into one of history's most baffling enigmas, the lost colony of Roanoke. Imagine a time when daring settlers landed on a wild, untamed island, full of hope and ambition, only for their entire community to vanish into thin air. In the moments ahead, we'll explore the eerie silence of that deserted settlement and the whispered clues that continue to haunt historians. Stay tuned, because with every layer we peel back, the mystery deepens, leaving you to wonder, what truly happened on Roanoke Island? Picture this. It's the summer of 1587, and around 115 settlers, led by John White, arrive at Roanoke Island, a promising piece of land nestled off the coast of North Carolina in the Outer Banks. Positioned near the entrance to Albemarle Sound, this island boasted a sheltered harbor, fertile soil perfect for agriculture, and abundant maritime resources. For the settlers, Roanoke was not merely a dot on the map. It was envisioned as both a safe haven and a launchpad for further exploration into the New World. What drew these colonists to Roanoke? The promise of prosperity in a land rich with untapped potential was irresistible. Yet, this land was already home to Algonquian-speaking Native American tribes, most notably the Croatoan, who had thrived here for centuries. Their sophisticated trade networks and deep knowledge of the land set the stage for complex, sometimes delicate, interactions with the new arrivals. But then, a critical question emerges. If the settlers integrated with these communities, why is there so little trace of their presence among the local tribes? For a time, hope flourished on this remote outpost. The settlers built homes, cultivated the land, and nurtured dreams of a bright future. But then came the twist that would forever enshrine Roanoke in mystery. When John White returned from England in 1590 with much-needed supplies, after being away for 3 long years, he discovered the colony eerily deserted. There were no signs of struggle, no remnants of a battle, only an unsettling silence and one solitary cryptic clue, the word croatoan, etched into a post. How could an entire community vanish without leaving even the faintest trace? Was 3 years enough time for the settlers to have been assimilated completely into local society? Or does this gap hint at something more sinister? Did a natural disaster, a covert relocation, or perhaps an unknown calamity force them to disappear without a trace? These questions set the stage for one of the most enduring puzzles in early American history. Let's delve further into the core theories that have emerged over the centuries, always asking the hard questions. One compelling idea is that the settlers might have integrated with the local Native American tribes. Faced with harsh living conditions and dwindling resources, could assimilation have been their only path to survival? But consider this. John White was absent for 3 years. Was that long enough for such a transformation to take place? And if they did assimilate, why don't we find clearer traces of European ancestry among the neighboring tribes today? These doubts invite us to critically challenge the integration theory. Another theory centers on environmental challenges. Imagine an unexpected drought, widespread crop failures, or a sudden natural disaster that rendered Roanoke uninhabitable. Could such harsh conditions have forced the settlers to abandon their homes in search of more fertile lands? And yet, if environmental hardship was the driving factor, why does the historical record offer so little evidence of a frantic, desperate exodus? Was it a silent, collective decision made under duress? Or does this theory overlook darker, less straightforward possibilities? A third possibility is deliberate relocation. In this scenario, the carving of croatoan might not have been a distress call at all, but a deliberate marker, a final message meant to guide future searchers to a new settlement. But then we must ask, if relocation was planned, why did the colonists leave behind no other clues or records of their intended destination? Could this planned migration be a cover for something more secretive, perhaps even sinister? Each hypothesis not only provides a window into early colonial life, but also leaves us with more questions than answers. Every theory we explore invites deeper inquiry. What does it take for ambition to clash with the unforgiving forces of nature? And when history leaves us with so many unanswered questions, how do we reconcile hope with mystery? These questions challenge us to keep searching for truth, even as each answer only leads to further uncertainty. Now, let's zero in on the most tantalizing clue in the Roanoke saga, the solitary croatoan carving. For centuries, this one word has ignited the imaginations of researchers and sparked debates that continue to this day. Recent technological breakthroughs have injected new life into the investigation. State-of-the-art archaeological tools, such as ground-penetrating radar and LiDAR, have been deployed around Roanoke Island, revealing subtle disturbances in the soil and clusters of artifacts that hint at temporary campsites and a sudden unplanned abandonment of the settlement. But can these modern techniques finally break the case wide open? Do the disturbances suggest a peaceful integration with native populations, or do they point to a hurried, perhaps even forced exodus? Advances in genetic analysis now offer another tantalizing possibility. By comparing DNA from modern Native American populations with any remains that might be recovered from the region, scientists hope to determine whether traces of European ancestry exist. If such genetic links are found, could they confirm the integration theory, or will the results be as ambiguous as the historical record? Moreover, modern climate modeling allows researchers to reconstruct the weather and environmental conditions of the late 16th century with astonishing precision. Early findings hint that severe droughts and unpredictable climatic events could have strained the island's resources to a breaking point. But then, we must ask, if environmental disaster was the cause, why did the colonists leave behind such scant evidence of a frantic flight? Could it be that nature itself conspired to erase all signs of their struggle? Imagine the dramatic moment when these modern techniques start to unveil a clearer picture, a mosaic of evidence that transforms a centuries-old mystery into a narrative with tangible, measurable clues. Yet, even as each new discovery adds a vital piece to the puzzle, more questions arise, pulling us deeper into the labyrinth of history. The mystery of the lost colony of Roanoke endures because it encapsulates the unpredictable challenges of early colonial life. Whether the settlers integrated with native tribes, succumbed to environmental hardships, or chose a deliberate relocation, their fate remains shrouded in unanswered questions. Is the truth hidden in nature's forces, in human choices, or perhaps in something even more sinister? The puzzle continues to challenge and inspire us. So, what do you think really happened to the settlers of Roanoke? Was it assimilation, environmental catastrophe, or a secretive relocation, maybe, even something darker still? Share your theories in the comments below, and join the conversation. And if you're as fascinated by this enduring mystery as we are, be sure to check out our other videos. Share, like, and subscribe for more thought-provoking journeys into the enigmas of our past.